Charlie? I think he's right, dude. Only a couple jabronis come out here without skates on. I gotta do this thing in skates, man. You know, work up a routine, really jazz the crowd.
You know, can I stop you, though?
Yeah.
You keep using this word jabroni, and it's awesome.
First of all, iconic. I didn't know people still use the word jabroni. The last time I've heard that, I think, was 1990. It was a tremendous throwback.
I never stopped using it.
You've been using it ever since?
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah,
And then everyone said jabroni.
What is that? The future of radio, you jabronis.
jaBROnis. Cool word.
Hey, jaBROni, show some class.
She's right, Andy. You're being a jaBROni.
jaBROni, jaBROni, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
We don't believe you jabronis. Nah. We don't believe you jabronis. Nah. We don't believe you jabronis. I get it lit like a...
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis. We are back. It's December. I'm Topher McCann. He's Mike Butler.
Pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, I did. I'm
here. I called it. It's cool.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Busy last few weeks. I think last time we were on was before like Thanksgiving, or maybe like
we missed to do our Survivor Series episode.
We did the Survivor Series thing, yeah.
And then there was the one we got enough power. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Things went down, but towards
there.
the end of the year, a lot of things happened in between our last recording and now. But things have now settled down a little bit. We can discuss what has occurred. And then also just to put out there, it's the end of the year. And
that time of year.
That means coming up in a few weeks here, we got the fourth annual jaBROni Awards coming up here, which we're going to take a look back at the year 2023, which just literally the last 2 years or so of wrestling have just been insane. I don't know. I guess going back to like Punk coming, we're going to talk a lot about
Punk.
I
guess we should dive into that.
From Punk coming back into wrestling, which was like in general about, was it 2021 that occurred? And then they had the brawl out thing. And just from that, it just always seemed like something has been going on. Just insane. But it did happen a few weeks ago. CM Punk made his return to WWE. We're not going to toot any horns on here because people were saying, oh, we know. But I mean, we're saying on the show for a while. We were throwing it out there. Again, the one thing that got put out there months and months ago was that they didn't want secrets to get out.
Yeah.
And that they were saying that he wasn't showing up. And exactly, if you want a secret, no one's going to know.
I was going to say, deny.
So it was beautiful. Everything, you're watching. We're going to go back from the debut and talk a little bit about what were your thoughts?
My thought. Oh, first off, just excited to have him back. Going into Survivor Series, I was 50-50. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Watching Survivor Series, I'm like, man, they're having a really good show. Survivor Series was a great show. I loved it. So me thinking that, I was thinking he's probably not going to show up. Like, this is a good enough show. And not that they can like determine if they're going to debut him based on how good the show is. But I just felt like it was a good show. It didn't need a CM Punk return necessarily. I think the Randy Orton return was icing on top of an already extraordinary cake. And then, they throw up the logo in the corner. And I'm like, all right, I'm cool with this. He's probably either A, not coming back, or B, Rumble. If he's not going to be in the Rumble, I don't think he's going to come back. And then, I'm watching it with Dana. And she stopped basically watching after CM Punk left WWE. And she tuned in just because of the slight chance that he would come back, and she's a big Randy Orton fan.
Oh, wow.
So all night, all I'm hearing is he's not going to come back. He's not going to come back. He's not going to come back from her. And I'm like, yeah, probably not. But you don't got to be like a dick about it, basically. And then when his music hit, very few times have I seen her jaw drop. One of the times, like the first time she looked at me. The second time was when CM Punk returned to WWE. So kind of made it all worth it, my jaw dropped. It dropped, but then I was like, holy shit. So, I mean, it did what it had to do. It didn't need it, but I'm sure shit glad it happened. 100%.
Yeah, it was because it was the one dude, I don't know his name, who had that reaction where he kind of was saying the same thing. He was like, it just, you know what? It didn't need, this is a great pay-per-view, a great ending. It didn't need, and then he hears the music. He goes, I take it back. I take everything I said back.
Yeah,
to show me to CM Punk.
Yeah.
That was basically like, it was it was just one of those moments. I don't know. And then instantly people were comparing it to like his debut there or his debut here. It was just like, I don't think there's a comparison. Honestly, it's just because
I mean, I'm sure there is for some. I mean, like maybe for like you and me, there's not, because yes, we marked out when he debuted in AEW, but I mean, this is him in WWE. I mean, like,
but we knew it's like he wasn't announced, but we knew on Rampage at like 10:01 CM Punk was coming out. Like they never said he was, but we knew he was. For this, it was more he wasn't. There was nothing like there was clues. There's stuff on Raw that was mentioned for weeks leading up to it. People were thinking Nakamura, Corey Graves.
They did a better job of
fixing that.
Yes, and I mean, and they did a better job of it staying a secret. I mean, we knew he was going to AEW before he showed up to AEW.
Yeah.
So maybe for people in the know or not in the know, maybe there's a comparison thing going on. But for us who were in the know, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was just, you're just like, oh, what? They did
like,
that?
what?
You're just waiting. You're waiting to see them. You're just like, wow, they.
And it hasn't happened. It hasn't looked like it since Survivor Series. But him in that white T-shirt, he has some man boobs. He has some giblets up there.
I love the joke. Like they did it for Bryan Danielson, I think, when he debuted. But it was just like, wow, like buy the new Bryan Danielson T-shirts to play white T-shirt.
Yeah. I have so many of those now. Daniel Bryan T-shirts, got some CM Punk T-shirts.
I mean, they were saying his first 6 figures, his first night with his merch.
I'm
out
sure.
there. Like, it's all right. And then let's just get into it, because your thoughts first. We're gonna keep running through this. So he makes the return. He goes on Raw and he references towards the end. I mean, we were watching this Raw like, they're bringing Punk out at the end, but they were also advertising Randy Orton have a match with Dirty Dom. And as like 9:40's creeping, you're just kind of like, all right, Randy, I want you to have a match. You're back. But CM Punk is back as well, and we want to hear what he needs to say with a live mic. And then all of a sudden, it's like 9:52, and he's not out there. And you're just like, oh,
you're watching the clock. Like, all right, he's gonna have 5 minutes. That's nowhere near enough time for a good return promo from CM Punk of all people.
It's like, I'm a huge fan of what is the bar karaoke, whatever the hell, Nikki Bella and
the Barmageddon guys. Yeah. We actually watched
Gwen
that.
Stefani's husband, Blake Shaw. That's great. love it. We can
nice.
push that back till 10:15 maybe. But
that is a taped show, everybody.
oh my God, actually, funny thing about that. So that came on last night after Raw, and
Of course.
all right, so Nikki Bella's, I guess, hosting it, and they had Boys II Men on. So there's only 3 living members. One of the members passed away, and they were doing something, and Nikki said, like, "Oh, you could bring him. Maybe he can be your 4th member." And I was just like, "Ooh, do you not know that their 4th member actually passed away?" So maybe not making a reference to this guy being the 4th. I don't know. It was just something that I caught last night, and I was just like, "You shouldn't say that to Boys II Men who lost a member of their band."
They'll go from boys to murderers real quick. Real quick.
Barmageddon does that to me. But anyway, CM Punk.
Not a bad show. I'm sorry.
I
I've seen worse show. I'd rather watch a bunch of Barmageddon episodes than a bunch of like Chris Lee Knows Best episodes.
I'm with you.
You know, I'm a big Blake Shelton guy. Maybe that's why. Hate Nikki. Love Blake. Don't care about Carson.
What happened to Ms. and Mrs.? Where's that at?
I don't know.
How? He's got a bunch of kids now. I mean, it'd be more entertaining. Whatever. Anyway, we're getting distracted. CM Punk. Dude, towards the end of his promo, he's like running out of time almost. And he's just like, "I'm home." He drops the "I'm home" line. And then throughout the entire week on Twitter, people are.
Why am I room?
Because you're supposed to be getting in bed and in the tubby.
Why?
Oh. Anyway. You know, there are some things he could have dropped from his return promo, like the silly Nashville Predator, Chicago Blackhawk stuff. I get it.
The baby's sleeping in the box. So you guys talk louder. No, you talk slower. I mean,
All right, go check on the baby. All right, go. But yeah,
guys.
you're not gonna get much out of a 5-minute promo.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. And again, I think it got referenced. I think the next promo that he was cut on time. So because they started doing the Punk chain, he's like, "Go ahead, we're at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. We're not going to get cut on time." So he referenced it, and but yeah, Twitter was really upset with him saying that he was home, and everyone's saying that he's a hypocrite, blah blah blah, and going on and on. Then this would continue where he then went to SmackDown on Friday. Then
This past Friday.
Okay, yeah. So that he would he wasn't on Raw last Monday. Then he was on SmackDown and kind of there doing the pitch from because Randy already accepted his SmackDown contract. So Punk made a little visit to SmackDown, and then also this week made a visit to NXT's Deadline.
Yes.
Pay-per-view. In which did you get to see his? He came out in the Bret Hart.
Yes, I did. I saw that. It was actually very perfect because the only reason I tuned in was for the possibility of him showing up and the fact that they did it in the beginning of the show.
Well, okay. I was gonna ask you that because I caught someone posted the whole segment on X, and I saw it on there, but I wasn't sure. I was like, I'm assuming they just started the show off with this, and then actually they didn't want to avert attention away from the matches to like hype him towards the end, I guess. So
correct. He might have had a backstage segment too. I'm not sure.
I missed like one or two that he had last night. It seemed on.
Yeah, he interacted with the Judgment Day. He interacted with Pierce.
I missed the Drew one, which I just saw about an hour ago. Real quick, he interacted with Drew for like.
Don't recall the Drew one.
He said like, "I don't care about your story or Cody's story."
That's right. Yeah. He had the funny one with Kofi too. he said Jamaica me crazy, and Kofi's like, nah, I don't do that anymore, bro. I don't do that anymore. That was pretty funny.
I don't do that. Kobe's the best. Put the title on him. Why hasn't he ever been champion?
It sounds like they're about to do a triple threat match for the #1 contender spot for the Intercontinental title, and I hope he wins. I think it was like him, Ricochet, and Chad Gable went into Pierce's office to talk about that. But also, The Miz is still going to do Gunther.
So it seems like they're probably going to do that on like a Raw.
Yeah, I think you can safely bet that those guys are going to be in the Rumble.
That stipulation of I'm going to challenge you one more time for the IC title, and if I don't beat you, I can't go for it while you're the champion. So it's like, it's all right. That's fine. I mean, usually people get like a title shot and then the next guy comes up, and usually another person doesn't come back and get a title shot. So that's fine. Miz, you can go after it when somebody else has it, maybe somewhere next year. But for now, you got to lose to Gunther one more time. And then we'll see what they do with Imperial. I don't know. It always just seems like all of their groups are like getting ready to break up all the time. Like there's no like steady group.
Well, I mean, the Judgment Day I still consider steady. They have some bumps in the road, but
a lot recently for like the last.
But they usually have a lot, and then they rebound.
Like the Bloodline went for a decent amount of time with no shenanigans. I feel like there's like
I guess that's technically still going on too.
Yeah, Damage Control had
and then you got the Alpha Academy.
They're happy. I mean, they're happy go. Oh my God, there was a she had a Maxine had a match with the Rhea, which was not the prettiest, but let's finish the Punk before we rate him. So Punk ended up going to SmackDown. He interacted basically like the way they went with Punk with backstage segments from SmackDown to Raw, and just kind of like almost just like setting up little things everywhere against everybody. Little here. Perfect. And I mean, then we go to Monday where we have the what people have kind of been waiting for, the rumored Mania match. We have Punk out there, and then he's signing with Raw. He says Raw is his home, and then here comes Seth Rollins, and we're getting Seth Rollins here. This is the first time in God knows how long he doesn't come out and do the whole I'm a revolutionary, I am a visionary, I am Seth, and the whole singing. The guy actually just came and cut a badass promo on Punk.
You should do more.
Didn't need all of that, that nonsense in the beginning. But then, I don't know. I want to see, what are your thoughts on Seth's promo?
So, I mean, it would. I'll say this. I know a lot of people are praising it and stuff. I hear a lot of people praising it. I immediately thought, oh, are they trying to repeat the Hangman Page promo? Is this like a jab at that, or do they literally not watch AEW and this is one big weird coincidence? I didn't think anything of it, not saying it was bad. I don't think it was I'm sure there was greater promos that he cut, but I mean, it didn't hype me up like it did everybody else. I'm sure there will be greater promos between the two. CM Punk was even that great with him, although I don't know if he was supposed to be going back and forth with him, but
I think this is just this isn't even like an appetizer.
Right. You know, it's like the little cookie you have because it's right there, but right before like dinner and stuff. You know, yeah. It was fun. It was fun.
All right, so let's just get into just shooting the shit now with things coming up. WrestleMania's obviously it's coming up in Philly. I mean, that's the match, right? We're doing
Rollins Punk goes
out. What are we doing with the Rumble?
What for Rollins?
What do we? I mean, we got to get this out. We got Roman Reigns going to be a champion. We got Seth Rollins, presumably both these guys are going to be champions going into WrestleMania. I'm assuming one of the challengers is going to be made in the Elimination Chamber. One is going to be determined at the Rumble. So we're at the Royal Rumble. We are literally 10 years removed from Seth Rollins walking out of the company. I think it's oh yeah, I'm so sorry. CM Punk walking out. I think it's 9 years and 364 days.
Really?
Yeah, I think the 27th that he walked out on the 26th of January 2014, and the Rumble this year is on the 27th.
Oh, crazy. Yeah.
So 10 years to the date. I think it almost like kind of writes itself, but do you think they kind of book themselves into a situation where like only 2 people can win the Rumble now?
You mean like as more names become announced, it doesn't matter. It's either going to be Punk or Cody that win it?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
And which also, remember, Cody won it last year.
Right. So going by your thought process, I mean, I would think Cody probably wins the Rumble again. And then Raw has an Elimination Chamber match to determine the number 1 contender. Just the thing is, if Cody's going to face Roman, you got to give him a reason to get to SmackDown. So you can't have him not win the Rumble and then be in a SmackDown Elimination Chamber number 1 contender match. Unless, Triple H just says fuck it and throw him in there, which has happened before.
That's what I'm starting to think. I think they're going to do the Punk winning the Rumble, going to WrestleMania. I think they're going to do the Cody coming out being like, and I wouldn't be surprised if like Punk eliminates Cody, that maybe they're the final 2. And Cody comes out and does, because I think it will just even make his finishing the story even more of another roadblock, one more, when we're so close to Mania. And I think he's just going to be like coming out like, I have no more way. And then I think like Pierce or Triple H comes out and says, there might be one more shot for you. And then they give him a shot in Elimination Chamber. For some reason, since the logo's blue and everything, in my head, I'm automatically thinking that it's a SmackDown involved thing. And it's going to be like a number 1 contenders match for whoever's going to face Roman.
Yeah.
And again, they could do the same thing for Raw but I think that's the way. And then Cody wins.
If they even want to they could even, if they really want to get risky and ballsy, I mean, they could run back the Luger Hart thing when both of them went. Both of their feet touched the floor first, and they both faced Yokozuna at WrestleMania 10. I mean, think of it. If both of their feet touch, if they can work that out, if they touch at the same time, okay, one of you is going to get a shot at Roman, one of you gets a shot at Seth. Decide amongst yourselves, which, they're boys. So I'm sure CM Punk will be like, yo, you want to finish your story? I got this beef with Seth. Cody will be like, yo, I want to finish my story. You got this beef with Seth. I don't really want Seth. I've beaten him like 5 times, so I don't really need that anymore. So, I mean, I honestly think I like that idea better than Cody winning it a second time in a row.
Yeah, I think Yeah, I think it's crazy. Like 6 months ago, people were like, "Oh, LA Knight or like Gunther winning."
Yeah.
Now it's just like literally just like that. It's just like I will
People take
literally
that.
like the only person I think that it has to be Punk now. Like, see what? All right. So I mean, you gotta. It looks like they're the title matches there. Charlotte Flair potentially injured. Don't know
Oh, word.
the status of her. Yeah, did you see it? With her at Asuka, she did her like knee hit off the rope.
Oh no.
Real nasty. I don't know. Apparently, the injury, nothing's come out about it, but it didn't look good.
That doesn't. If nothing comes out about it, I feel like that's not. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
no news is good news situation, but I feel like if it was not serious, it'd be like, yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, it didn't. I haven't heard anything about it. So, let's see what else I was reported that LA Knight's gonna be in a huge feud leading into WrestleMania.
No idea who that is. Logan Paul to me doesn't scream huge feud.
I mean, if he's Jason, that's the only money feud I see. But for
Maybe they trade LA Knight to Raw for Cody Rhodes, and then LA Knight faces Gunther for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, and then Cody goes. I mean, is LA Knight for Cody a fair trade? I don't know. I find myself cheering for LA Knight more than Cody Rhodes.
But you have to see, like, the LA Knight recently is just he's still over. He's still coming out at the end of Raw, coming out making saves, getting popped. But like with all this star power now and everything going on, like this is
Do you think it's Randy and Roman at the Rumble, or Randy and LA Knight at the Rumble, or LA Knight and Roman at the Rumble?
I think it's what it's looking like. Even though he's not back, I think he's coming back. I think it's a triple threat. I think it's
Could be a
AJ, Randy, and Roman, maybe. Because AJ's going to come back for revenge. Randy already said that he's coming after the bloodline.
I'm sorry, wait, we're talking AJ Styles here?
I'm thinking AJ Styles is involved.
Really?
I mean, unless they put him in the Rumble. But I think he got taken out by I think he's going to be coming back after Roman, and I think Randy's this week, Friday, is going to start setting something up because Roman's there.
Yeah.
I could see them maybe doing a triple threat where when Roman retains, it's not him beating a returning AJ or Randy. I don't know. This is not me reading anything. This is just me thinking of just how AJ got taken out, and then Randy already made it known. And I mean, I think Orton has to be what? Well, no, isn't LA Knight's the number one baby? But now Orton back. I mean,
Orton's definitely in that spot now. Sorry, LA Knight. Love you, but it's Randy.
But yeah, now it's like weird. It's that weird time now because a lot of these, like guys, like it's all gonna set up maybe at the Rumble. Like a lot of these people, like LA Knight's probably this feud, whatever he's doing or whatnot, probably isn't kicking off till something that happens in the Rumble. So there's a lot of these people just kind of in limbo now with certain feuds that are just kind of. I think Sami Zayn's been written off TV for the time being, in which I'm assuming we'll get him returning at the Rumble.
Probably go like right after Drew or something.
Yeah, you got to see what's going on with him. Damian Priest with his Money in the Bank is interesting going into. I mean, we get past the Rumble.
We might get the second ever WrestleMania cash in.
Oh, dude, I would if he does it at WrestleMania. I hope it gets freaking. That would kill him, though.
Why?
That would. I just think it would kill their whole unless it was the deciding factor in him getting if Rhea cost him or something. It was him him not being successful, being able to cash it in leads to him leaving Judgment Day. and it was like someone's fault in Judgment Day why he didn't successfully cash it in. I don't know. I don't want to see. How do you do that? Do you do it? Yeah. After Cody wins?
Is that a night 2 thing? Is Damian Priest ready for night 2? I don't think so. I
don't ruin.
Think it would be against Punk or Rollins.
Nah, don't do it to. Don't do it to. Don't do it to the Punk night. Do it to the Roman. Ooh, that would be. Ooh.
Because I mean, he'd be beating Cody. He wouldn't be beating Roman.
Cody beats Roman after just like a Brock Roman WrestleMania.
There's a rumor that that's going to be like an I Quit match.
Yeah, I was actually just about to bring that up to you. Like,
I don't think it's going to happen, or I don't think it's going to be Roman's last match. I don't know. I'm also hearing a lot about like his health and stuff, and I don't know how true that stuff is, but I think it's not 100% accurate. Unless you know something that I don't know.
I feel like I feel like they're gonna keep the title on him. I think they're gonna do it again.
See, I don't think it's a shoe-in that Punk beats Seth.
That's one where me personally, I would love to see it, but it is one I do agree with you. I don't think they might. I don't think they're gonna pull the trigger on it. Though.
Right. I think it's more likely Cody beats Roman than Punk beats Seth. Actually,
I guess I could agree with that. I definitely see like Punk not winning just because people would want that. I feel like, but if they have Roman on this deal where he's doing what he's doing like now, where he's like gone for 2 months, comes back on a SmackDown, and they just do this, I think they might milk this long. I think they can continue. I don't know creatively how much longer you can maybe get away with it with like your B storylines with like Sikoa and
the SmackDown has suffered.
I mean, Jay's gone, so it's just like Jimmy's great, but it's just like kind of Jimmy and Solo. I mean, before we had Jimmy J, Solo, Sammy, Roman, Heyman, the whole. So now it's just kind of like it always seems like you just kind of SmackDown is taking a little bit of a. It's not as.
Randy's a good shot in the arm for them.
That is, yes, that is. But yeah, U.S. title. U.S. title. I mentioned. I think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna do. Logan Paul is going into the show as the champion, and I think L.A. Knight's like the baby face, probably that I could see them to leading up to Mania. That would be a good hyped match. Yeah. Jimmy and Jay seems like that somehow would occur, and that's a perfect way to set up at the Rumble. But again, with the brand split, it's so weird. Like how you. I also mean they could also be in the chamber as well. So who's Dakota? No, who's the women's champion on Raw?
SmackDown or Raw?
Raw.
Rhea.
No, okay, SmackDown. It's
Io,
right? Okay.
Still, yeah. They're teasing jumping. They're teasing Bailey leaving Judgment Day, or not Judgment Day, Damage Control.
Well, I feel like they kind of did kick her out. I feel like last week
they're not feeling Bailey, and I really hate it only for the fact that that's causing a whole other type of rumor going around, and that rumor being maybe the Monet isn't all on AEW, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know? You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. I could see it. I could see it happening. I mean, nothing.
That would put that might put AEW fans at least they may start cutting their wrist or something.
But like putting her, what does she get when she goes there? There's nothing there.
There isn't really. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for her to go back there. Yeah, Triple H is in charge, and yeah, everyone's going back there, it seems like. I mean, if, they can get Punk back, they can get Sasha Banks back. I feel like, Sasha wants to do things she hasn't done before, and there's really not much there there's nothing there that she hasn't done before. There's not anybody high profile that is new there that she can face, she's still done it all, basically.
The only thing you can have her big match one day when they get her all ready to go. I mean, you got Jade Sasha one day, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
And like 2-3 years, I mean, that could be
you come back in like 2-3 years maybe to do that, but right now I think she wants to have mediocre matches with Britt Baker and whoever else is over there. So, but right now she's injured. So
she ready.
I mean, she has to be close, right? She got injured almost a year ago.
No, yeah, she's ready. I think she's very close to me. I mean,
maybe she's a Rumble girl. I don't know. Who knows?
Hey, it's looking like, I mean, hey, Okada in 2024's.
He's not gonna. I mean, that's those kind of signings. Like, I think not that it's meant to be, but I think like New Japan is just an automatic bridge to AEW. Like, it's just how it works out. There's too many ties there.
Well, it wasn't around at the time. I was like, hey, well, AJ and Shinsuke. Well, I mean,
true, but I mean, yeah, you gotta realize. I mean, it was either WWE, New Japan, or TNA back then. TNA we all thought was going to be out of business soon at that time.
They're back to TNA now, right?
Yeah, they're back to Impact. Yeah,
it's
TNA Impact, whatever it is. Yeah.
EC3 is one of their champions. I think it might be Is it NWA? EC3 is the champion.
Yeah, I think NWA.
Yeah, okay. Saw him with the title, and I was like, wow, that's not Brodus.
That's not Brodus. It is not Brodus. Close, but not really.
Let's see. What else has been going? I think of more drama. There was the Dem Boys drama.
Yeah, I didn't hear about this until literally yesterday.
Yeah, so I think WWE on Fox. So it wasn't even like WWE. It was through Fox.
Yeah, is that even like a WWE affiliate?
It has nothing to do with WWE. It's like
they don't take responsibility for that, right?
No, it's like Fox.
I just thought maybe it's like a fan that says WWE on Fox.
Yeah, they said Dem Boys, and again, someone pulled up one where they made this reference like 2 months ago, referencing Judgment Day. I mean, Dem Boys. I mean, I've heard that from being Eagles with the Cowboys. They've been saying that for.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people get angry at it.
Like, not.
You don't see Mark Briscoe going after Jerry Jones.
Yeah, it's just. I saw the arguments there, but it's like a lot. The one I kind of agree with was just like everyone doesn't know who I know who they are, but a lot of people who just watch, like you said, like watch like a perfect example. We glanced over it, but at the Tribute for the Troops with Punk, he made the reference like you can't punch somebody backstage. It's 2023. You just can't do that. And people were saying he didn't get the reaction or whatever. It's just like, I mean,
Different crowd. If he said
more
that, if he gotten a chance to say that in a Chicago or a Philly, much better reactions. Not to people who have been fighting for the
I
country.
thought that was a very odd place for him to do that at like a military show, because it wasn't going to get. But I mean, you get that in a smarky crowd, like you just said, that's the place is going to go nuts, and it just was a timing thing where they just so happened to be there, and he did that. But wrestling Twitter is
they're interesting.
It's an interesting place. They're interesting takes. But yeah, so this Dem Boys thing referencing, who was it referencing now? Even
It was referencing so it was a picture of Lashley and the Street Profits celebrating.
And then just I think Briscoe went off at it, Triple H.
Yeah.
They're trying to get people fired.
Yeah.
He followed up with a tweet saying no one needs to get fired, but
he was in his feels. I understand.
It's like
but like to think like, I mean, they're not doing it maliciously, you know, like, you know, it's nothing like that. The last thing on their mind was probably what Mark Briscoe is going to feel, you know, after this, you know. When they hear Dem Boys, they do probably think of the Dallas Cowboys before they think of the Briscoes.
I just don't even think they're not. No offense, I don't even think they're on like the radar.
It's nothing to be like hot about.
But man, it was getting quotes.
Of course, we're going to get hot about it.
People were offered. They wanted people's jobs taken, and you know the whole little dance. God, what else? Is there any more drama on Twitter this week besides that? More just like NFL drama and all that stuff. But it's what shows do we have coming up now?
Well,
just
we're done with WWE until the end of January.
So they don't have anything closing out the no PLEs.
No, you know what I thought I had heard? Somebody's getting a title match, a world title match. I think it's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is going to face Seth Rollins on what I think Adam Pearce referred to as the Day 1 edition of Monday Night Raw.
Oh, whoa, they're rebranding Raw to a Day 1?
I'll have to check the calendar to see.
Yeah, because Raw's on 31st.
I know January 1st is a Monday, so that could be what exactly he said.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
So,
but aside from that, I don't know when AEW.
Well, is that weekend. I think it would be. That's the Saturday before New Year's Eve would be Sunday. So I guess it's on Saturday night.
What's that?
The World's End would be the Saturday before New Year's Eve, which I believe New Year's Eve's on a Sunday. So I think the pay-per-view's on a Saturday night, in which I know that we're getting MJF and Samoa Joe, and that's about it for now. As of right now, we'll have Dynamite's on tomorrow, but there's something else going on currently that we need to figure out some things about it, and I think you're the man to come to. All right, so we got this.
We're back.
AEW Continental Classic, in which they're getting many titles and putting them together, and then the winner is going to get all the titles.
What? Really?
Yeah, you're supposed to know that Eddie Kingston is the New Japan like strong champion and something else, and then he's putting his titles on the line in this Continental Classic. So if he doesn't win this tournament, he's going to lose his titles. That's all I know.
Wow. You would think I would know that.
That's like the top overbearing thing.
Well, it's definitely an interesting concept there because Eddie Kingston is not winning this tournament, I don't think. But yeah, so we got their blue league, you got the gold league. We already had some people eliminated: Jay Lethal, Mark Briscoe for the gold league, Daniel Garcia for the blue league. I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like a big hot Pokemon mess, and I'm not 100% sure on what the leagues mean. Obviously, I'm assuming the blue league winner will face the gold league winner tomorrow night, December 13th. Winter is coming. Moxley versus Strickland, White versus Briscoe, Rush versus Lethal, all part of the gold league. And we mentioned off air, Briscoe, Lethal, probably going to lose since they're already eliminated.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. So I'm not gonna lie. This is supposed to be bracketology. There is no bracket.
This is true.
There's charts, but I don't. This is not chartatology. I'm not chart guy.
You know who's technically having a bracket? I mean, WWE's having like a U.S. title.
They have a bracket. I don't have a bracket yet.
That's a good. I think it's a good like.
That's how you do a tournament with a bracket.
I think that's like an 8-man one. I think it's real simple.
Yeah,
I think
it's real simple. You got. Well, actually, you know what? There is a bracket. I'm going to bring up the U.S. title bracket.
Forget that U.S. title bracket.
Forget that Continental Championship. Last thing they need is another championship. U.S. Championship.
There was
tournament.
Was there one with was carrying?
Yeah, Lashley faced Cross.
Bobby Lashley won that.
Yeah, here we go. We had Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar, easy. Lashley versus Cross, all Lashley. So now Lashley and Escobar going to face each other, and that, my friend, is a toss-up. That's what that's called. And then we're going to have Grayson Waller versus a random NXT superstar. My guess is Braun Breaker.
No, it has been announced.
Austin. Well, who is it?
Carmelo Hayes.
Oh. Okay.
I believe that's happening on SmackDown.
Yeah, it should. All right. And then you have Theory versus KO with the quote-unquote broken hand. That is bracketology right there. So now you say Carmelo Hayes versus Grayson Waller. I'm not going to lie. The two matchups on that side of the bracket kind of give away the winner, because you're not going to have Grayson Waller versus Austin Theory. Oh, no. You're going to want a face versus a heel. So you're going to take Carmelo Hayes and you're going to put him over Grayson Waller. So Carmelo Hayes is going to go right up here.
Remember who you're facing. Probably, I'm assuming this is Rumble. Remember, you're facing a heel U.S. champion. I'm assuming, right? That's happening at Rumble?
Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I think so. That's okay. So you're going to put Carmelo Hayes right over here. And then you're going to have Theory over on Kevin Owens. Probably does something to his hand. So then you're going to have Theory versus Hayes. And then in the other bracket, you got Escobar versus Lashley. I'm thinking it's going to be Escobar versus Hayes in the finals of this tournament. And then maybe Hayes goes all the way. And it's going to be Carmelo Hayes versus Logan Paul. Could be wrong. Could be Kevin Owens.
Out of all of them, just because they have somewhat of a history, that would be entertaining.
Kevin Owens?
Yeah, out of everybody in the entire tournament, I feel like the only person I would want to see probably have like a feud with Logan Paul going to the Rumble at least would be KO. And then it's just like, damn, what are we doing with KO for Mania?
Yeah. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, probably.
Oh no, don't.
I can't wait for it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Specifically the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle
No,
Royal.
that's just overall going to WrestleMania. It's right around the corner, man.
I know. I really hope they bring the Mae Young Classic.
They need to
was it
bring
called?
them all back.
What was the woman one? Wasn't that going to be like the Mae
It
Young?
was
Like,
going to be the Mae Young one, but then Snickers found out about all the terrible things she's done.
yeah, they took that from us.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I
want a
saw that.
Slim Jim match. I want a cinnamon French toast match, or cinnamon toast crunch match, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh,
I want the gimmick battle royal back.
Sponsors. I can't wait. We should be, and then we're just gonna start getting more news now. We should be getting Hall of Fame stuff.
Heavy rumors about that. Heavy rumors that Bray Wyatt's going in. Those tickets go on sale Friday.
Individual tickets. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember when I was looking at tickets for it, and I was like, huh. And they weren't that bad. They were like, some seats I was looking at was like $122, and it was like for all three. I was just like, that's such a commitment on top of going to Mania both nights. Like, for the one, like NXT's in the end, you just have to live down there one day.
Yeah.
Like on Saturday, it's just like, oh, I live here. This is where I live at.
Go to NXT, do stand and deliver, have a couple of beverages at Xfinity Live, go back in.
It's gonna be what an insane week that's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. God. I hope to make it down there for like some Superstore stuff. But we'll see.
A must. Yeah, I was in the shop the other day.
May just have to go with you one of those days. Because I don't know if Dana will be all about going to the Superstore.
Yeah, I want to check it. Yeah, I definitely want to do. I want to do the. I don't know where they're doing it at though. I want to do the whole. What the hell is it called? The experience. What the hell is the thing I went to where they had like the entrance ramp and you could pick your music and come down and the rings are set up. There's matches happening. They had elimination chamber was in there and all the cool shit, all the like memorabilia. It was so cool. Triple H pointing at you and stuff. Such good times. All right, it's been a while, but there's a lot of jabronis out there. But first, we have to end our Butler bracketology. That was one of the best ones yet. I mean,
well, yeah, I mean, we should apologize to the Continental Classic. We booked them for that slot, but hey, you don't have a bracket, and I'm not good at non-bracket tournaments.
Yeah, we realized that the Continental Classic is not a bracket.
It's not a bracket.
But luckily, we had a wrestling company that knows how to work its way around a bracket.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jabroni.
Well. Jabroni of the week time. Mine this week. Oh wow! I mean, as a Philly sports fan, I mean, you can really kind of go wherever. But I'm gonna go with a lot of people are. I don't really know. A lot of people are complaining about it, I guess, or whatever. And I thought it was a really shitty showing of something that I'm a huge fan of, which is sportsmanship. When you lose, you lose. you can make jokes about losing and saying, I don't know, but it's also like, you lost. You got to tip your cap and you move on. And again, being from Philadelphia, I mean, I do this nonstop. We're professionals at
We're
it.
professional losers.
But it's got to go out to Patrick Mahomes this week. I watched this clip of him just dabbing up Josh Allen, and every time I can't stop cringing yo, dude, you lost the game. It was a shitty call, whatever. It's not Josh Allen's fault. Josh Allen played a good game. You're dabbing him up, and you're just like, fucking like whatever. You're
going for Josh Allen.
Like, I don't know. It just really bothered me, and I didn't even watch the game live. I caught that like all on Twitter or whatever. But there's something about that. Ever since I saw that clip of him not saying like "good game, Josh" and just like fucking crying like a little bitch, I was just like, I won't forget that one. There's just like those things when Tom Brady did something and it always like irritated the hell out of you. It was just
but even Tom Brady never did something like that. At least not a handshake. Not that I know, at least.
I think kiss his son on the mouth or whatever, but like, yeah, nothing like this. But yeah, just alone on that, I thought that was such a little bitch move, honestly. Just I don't know, just it left a sour taste in my mouth. He's a very talented man, and also like badass play. I mean, that play ended up going to Kelsey, and then Kelsey did this badass backwards pass, and they scored. Awesome, but. And then in the press conference, he like referenced like a Hall of Fame career, Travis Kelce. That's gonna be out of there. Like, yeah, they're not gonna remember that play that got Nolan.
Never happened. Never happened.
But yeah. So Pat, just in recent bias, Patrick Mahomes got my jaBROni of the week. But it's an early week.
Nice. Very good. How'd you do in fantasy this year? You in or you out?
So let me tell you, I was down 12 points, and I had Miami's defense left. I also got Justin Jefferson back on Sunday, and we all know he got me like 4 points and then instantly was down again.
Same.
So it was looking like I was going to lose, and this was actually for the 1 spot. And then I ended up winning by 1, and the dude who I was tied with ended up getting upset on Monday night and lost by 2. That gave me the 1 seed. He got the 2 seed. We both got buys anyway. So I'm now sitting at a bye, and the other 4 teams are playing, and I don't have to play this week, which is always scary because if I ever get a bye, I always do the math and try to add up my score or whatever, and been like, and usually I would have like smoked everybody, and then the next.
You don't
not
get
even like no one's. Yeah, I'm gonna like get. The only thing good about this is I don't know what's up with Justin Jefferson, but maybe he's back in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, this has nothing to do with my jaBROni of the week. We'll get to my jaBROni of the week. I just wanted to give a quick update. We basically had the same last 2 days in that case. I had Jefferson. I was not feeling great about my chances after Sunday. Even Monday, because I too had Miami's defense, but I was up against Devon A-Chain. So I was like, even if Miami's D does fine, Devon A-Chain is usually going off. Now, going into Monday, I had a 9-point lead. So I was like, but then, all right, I get 10 extra points already when the game starts at 19. There's no way Devon's going to do 19 points. At least I don't think so. But Tennessee's offense isn't that good, so no way. Maybe if I lose, how am I projected to lose? And then, the pick 6 happened, and I started feeling it. Let me set this tone for you. There were 3 teams. I'm fighting for the final playoff spot. I'm not the 1 seed. There's 12-team lead. I'm fighting for the final spot. What am I? I'm 6-7, and teams below me are a variation of 6-7 or 7-6, whatever. No, 6-7 or 6-8 or stuff like that. So it's down to me and one other guy who's playing with Jordan Love, and Jordan Love wasn't playing well. So either he had to lose or I had to win, basically. And I'm projected losing. He's projected to win. It's not going good for your boy. He wins, but I do have the tiebreaker advantage with points. So I also win. I have more points than him for the season. And it all goes back to a week in the season where I was facing him and he didn't put in – he had DK Metcalf in his lineup, but DK didn't play. And I ended up winning that week. If DK did play, I would have lost that week and not be in the playoffs. So think about that.
That's wild.
Yeah, so now I'm in the playoffs, and hopefully Justin Jefferson is healthy. I hear that he's day-to-day, and it is probable that he will play on Saturday. Things are good. The one thing that this league did not want is me in the playoffs. Because people are mad. People asked for Justin Jefferson. I didn't give it to him. Didn't give him Justin Jefferson. Now I have Justin Jefferson. Now I have Keenan Allen. Now I have Lamar Jackson. Now I have James Connors. Now I've got Joe Mixon. Now I got Miami's D.
Look at our team. We have similar guys in our teams. We did the same thing on Monday night to get it. We're in there.
We're like right there. I mean, you're better than me, but we're right there.
Well, and yeah, you know what the one thing is? I would have had a cruise. So I have Jake Ferguson I picked him up from the Cowboys, tight end, and I have Njoku. And Njoku's been like, so I was like, Ferguson. I know. So Ferguson's like, I was like, screw it. I'll play Ferguson. He usually always scores against the Eagles. And I'm sitting there, and Njoku catches like 2 bobs for touchdowns in the first half, finishes with like 26 or something. I'm just like, oh my God, if I played him, I wouldn't even have to worry about anything. So now I got to get back to my hopefully Justin. If Jefferson gets healthy, I basically got my whole Miami's defense is something I picked up. But besides that, I'll have my whole Aaron Jones is the only thing, and I have Dylan too, and they're both always questionable. So that's one of my running back spots is always one of whoever's more healthy on Green Bay, that's the only flaw of my team.
Njoku was on my bench, but the saving grace with that was I have Evan Ingram in my lineup, and he did better. So now I'm thinking, do I put fucking Evan Ingram and Njoku in my flex this week? I don't know. They're both hot, cold, like I was saying.
Njoku,
I bench Njoku, he goes off. And Ingram, he's had a great season, but he hasn't gotten in the end zone too much.
Who's throwing the ball? Joe Flacco?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I should have kept with him.
But yeah, very interesting. Anyway, jaBROni of the week.
Yes.
All right. So one of the fads nowadays is reaction videos. And I'm sure if you've watched Raw, you've watched SmackDown, you've seen reaction videos of CM Punk's return.
I watched the compilation.
Yeah, no. And you know what? Hey, that's cool. I've watched compilations. I like to see people's reactions, whether good, whether bad. I texted you I think the day after. I'm like, I'm surprised I haven't seen any bad reaction videos of people not excited to see them. One of the what's the word I'm looking for? Surfaces that have become worse, almost worse, maybe just as bad as the Twitter social media are your TikTok social media people. Now, look, I get it. Being on TV is cool. I've been there. I've kept my cool. I understand. But these reaction videos that they've been playing on Raw and SmackDown have now been also getting their own reaction video. And it's by the people that were on in the video.
The reactions were on Raw. And
their reactions to them being on Raw in the reaction video compilation.
I've seen these getting suggested to me on like YouTube and stuff by the vloggers.
All right, here's the deal. Look, it's kind of cool that you were kind of, not really, but kind of on Raw. But for you to freak the fuck out to the point where you're bursting your microphone from screaming, "Oh my God, I'm on Raw! I'm on Raw! Mom, I made it! I'm on Raw!" That's not necessary. I mean, I was on TV at the Phillies game. It doesn't mean I was on the Phillies. You know,
I was on Raw like 3 years ago, and
you were dancing on Raw. Like
I was on the Thunderdome every week.
You know, it's just
like this little box, a glass of wine.
It was your birthday, wasn't it? Like, it was your birthday. You were just dancing. Like, act like you've been there before, you know? I mean, you're on TikTok. You're being viewed by probably, I would maybe say, almost more than viewers Raw gets. If you go down the right funnel, you know? So it's not a big deal that you were kind of, but not really sort of in the Raw plans. Like it's just like, you know, yeah, we're going to have this TikTok guy, this TikTok guy, this TikTok guy. You know, you weren't on SAP's rundown, basically, is what I'm saying to you. So, you know, just congratulations on being sort of part of Raw, but don't be a loser about it, basically.
Wonder if they're on the alumni page.
Yeah, exactly. You're not in the Hall of Fame. You're not getting Seth Rollins. You're going back to your pathetic TikTok Wrestle Talk verse. That's all I say.
Got him.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
Alrighty, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Sneak one more in, probably before before Christmas, and then we'll have right after the new year we'll record and put out the 4th annual jaBROni Awards, which we'll get all the classics from the years are there. We added, I think last year we. Add one. I know we were doing like best moment. I wanted to add like a worst moment.
That was like a late change there. I don't think we did it.
Yeah. So we're gonna go through and maybe figure out which ones stay, which ones go, maybe which ones get added. But it's back. I gotta do some. I have a couple things in mind with certain categories of definites. But some I have to kind of like sit down and remember. Like, did that?
It's gonna be hard just because AEW has been trash this year. But I also don't want it to be just the WWE awards. You know?
Yeah. But I mean, it's
that's the way it's going.
I mean, they have certain things. Maybe it's there. I mean, we'll see. I mean, certain things going on in the company in this year have not been the best, and that's not our fault.
Nope.
That's not our fault at all.
One more thing, I like to show off any swag that I've recently purchased from WWE Shop. One of these, this is one I got the night we went to Raw 30. I showed you the last time we were on. I think I showed you the Steve Austin hat, the LA Knight hoodie. Well, I have something else that I have purchased going along with the Steve Austin theme. It's winter time. I was thinking to myself, you know what I don't have? I don't have a really good sweatshirt. I'm not a sweatshirt guy, usually. But
I don't wear
just scrolling, and I find a Steve Austin sweatshirt that I believe he has worn on TV. Well, not the exact one, replica stuff. So I have here a Steve Austin sweatshirt. It's real nice.
Wow.
It's got "Give Me a Hell Yeah" on the sleeve.
He's definitely worn that before.
I recognized it. It's very comfy. I definitely sleep in it like all the time now, and it's very cool. And this is just, I'm starting to get like a Stone Cold museum going right now, and it's kind of unhealthy. Unhealthy. Got a lot of Steve Austin shit.
They got the shop's got some. I went on, dude. There's this one Wyatt shirt that's like awesome. It's got like, I think it's got like half his face is him, half it's like the Fiend. It's got the puppets and everything, and I was like, oh, that's cool. The new Punk shirts. I love not the Hell Froze Over one, the black one. The one that's like on back order, that's great. I love the zip down hoodie of that, which is it's like
that's like my next one. I think either the zip down or the actual hoodie.
I like the.
But
I'm not.
It's starting to be like to the point where like each pay period I might have to make a purchase each pay period I get from work. It's just too much stuff that I just have to have. Like the zip up hoodie you were talking about, the actual hoodie. I got the CM Punk T-shirt has been shipped. It's on its way.
Oh, you actually got it shipped on its way?
Yeah. I just got that email today. I ordered it on the 27th of November, and it just shipped.
Okay.
This I ordered this week, and it got here like 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Or like I ordered it Thursday or Friday, and it got here yesterday.
I think they'll pump anything out now, probably the next like real quick, minus if it's something like the Punk shirts or something, which they just probably don't even have the demand.
Yeah, they don't even have them. There's just a picture of them. We just like, oh shit, we need to make these.
Like, that looks so awesome. I was like, I just gotta wear my old white one for now. It's like a Kelly Green. It's like I'll get one in like I'll get one next year. But all right, run through the Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, jaBROnis Pod. Twitter, the jaBROnis Pod. You follow Michael, Philly jaBROni 1. I'm happy jaBROni. Back next week. We got the jaBROni Awards, like we said, coming up.
Are we doing next week or are we going to do this week? Like
no, we'll probably that'll probably be towards more the end of the December.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying like the next show.
Next show, we could do one.
Because I'm on vacation, so like whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
We're doing this weekend. We'll definitely get back, talk some wrestling either this weekend or in the beginning of the week next week, and then we'll get back to a normal schedule in 2024. But
yeah, for sure.
We're hopping to the finish line of 2023 here. All right. See you guys soon. jaBROnis. Out.
jaBROni, jaBROni, XYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
We don't believe you, jaBROni. We don't believe you, jaBROni.